Alrighty, here we are back on Arena. I think today we're gonna give it a go. We made it to Diamond in Standard, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and rip a draft. I have not had a bunch of luck lately in draft. Outside of Boros colors, I seem to just be getting rocked. I did well in my in-person draft, but there's no ranking system in person, so I do find myself getting absolutely curb stomped by quite a few decks on the ladder at the moment. No matter what I seem to draft, even when the cards I feel like are decent or good enough to win at least 3 games, I'm winning like 1 game because Shuffler just wants to deal me nothing but land, or Shuffler wants to deal me everything except for land. Even when I'm running 17, it's crazy. It's just been a rough go in these drafts the last couple of days that I've done them. So we're gonna hopefully turn that around and do good in this draft. Opening an Emeritus of Ideation turn pack 1 pick 1 is a little crazy. The other problem is I feel like if I get a cool rare or mythic in the first pack, I never get to end up playing it because I just get pushed out of said colored pair. So, but it is a decent color pair to go into. It does give us a bunch of card draw. We could be the Teamer deck, the Converge one, which would be really fun. Seeing some other really good cards for the Lorehold deck, including Lorehold Charm. And Wilton the Heat, as well as Stone Docent. Caesar Spoil is also not terrible. And Reprieve is also good. But let's take the Mythic and see if we can't make the Emeritus work. Pack 2. Opening a Sky Coach Conductor, which does pair well with the Emeritus. We would be able to, at instant speed, essentially bounce our Emeritus to get back our Ancestral Recall. Definitely more of a dream than probably something that would happen. The other one we're looking at here is the Muse Seeker, but there's always a chance that the Muse Seeker comes back around. Potentially, probably not. But Hydro Channer is also not bad. Neither is Run Behind. I think it's just the Sky Coach. We could try and do some blue nonsense. I'm not opposed to playing the Quandrix deck if we're allowed to. It really is just going to depend on what we get passed to us, but Emeritus into Sky Coach is definitely a decent start for a blue deck. I'm seeing a lot of Lorehold still. I keep seeing it. It's like a little early for a Curel. This card is okay. You can either do it to someone's monster and make it a really low creature, or buff your monster as a combat trick. I haven't found too many uses for it. It is an X spell, so it does trigger those 5+ spell matters. And it might be good, but I think we're just gonna take the Impractical Joke. Or maybe we take this. It's between this and that. Let's take the Diary of Dreams and not go into a second color yet. Okay. I am seeing a Paradox Surveyor. Good card. We would be interested in that. Again, the Lorehold is just, it's screaming, please take me right now. A Colossus, a Rebel Rouser, a Spirit Mascot. I don't want to keep drafting that deck. It's not fun. We must be in everyone's trying to draft Silver Scroll type pod right now. That's what it feels like, because there are some decent cards outside of that. Let's take the Paradox Surveyor and see if we can't do the Quandrix thing. And if we have to end up playing Teamer, we will. Because Teamer isn't bad. None of these cards are really what we're looking for. And it looks like we're almost getting roped into playing Teamer almost immediately. We could play the Landscape Painter. It's a fine 2-drop that has a Prepare spell on it. It's fine. The Loomer's is not great. This is good if we're like really the spell slinging Teamer deck. And then this is also okay if we were Izzet. I'm also looking at the Potioner's Trove, but don't necessarily need it. Okay. So the stun counter could be cool. 3 mana for a stun counter is not bad. I'm also looking at the Embrace the Paradox as well as the Terrafractal. We are going to need some removal at some point. We go Embrace the Paradox, we are very likely to be able to... Let's take the stun for now. We'll take the Hydro Channeler. I want to stay as heavy into blue as possible for right now, and we can lean out later. Getting a land here is not terrible. I actually haven't seen anyone play a Spell Pierce in this format yet. Most of the times you're playing Spell Pierce, or like a lot of the lower costed, like 2 or 3 mana plays, are creatures in this format. So you're not really playing it all that often. The fact that Lorehold Charm and Wilton the Heat made it back to us tells me that Lorehold is officially open. Like it just is. And I wonder if we should look into maybe splashing the white. That's really greedy though. The safe play is just this. But why not? We'll give it a go. You know what? With 2 Hydro Channelers, we would be able to splash the Wilton the Heat pretty easily. I mean, there's just no way we're playing the Lorehold deck at this point. We are way too far deep into our attempt at a Quandrix deck. The fight spell is fine. I don't think we're gonna play it. Having 2 Hydro Channelers here, though, like we can filter through our mana, right? You pay 1 mana and then you tap this and it pays for any mana. So if we ever get into a bind, the other thing is we could just play the Resonating Lute and then any of the instant and sorceries we're going to end up playing are just free. The question is, does Resonating Lute make our deck the best deck possible? I think it might. And then what's our goal afterwards? Be a Teamer base and have like some spells we can splash because we can pretty much be any color. I mean, if we drop Resonating Lute on someone, it's gonna feel real nice. This is one of those cards that like Lorehold has an artifact like this as well that I feel like is just a game changer. The Witherbloom one is not that good in this format, I don't think. The Cauldron, I think it's gonna be really fun in Constructed and in Commander. I just haven't seen it play very well in Limited yet. So I mean, I also could be wrong. This is a cool spell, but we're not really in the life gain territory. And we very much want to probably find ways to get rid of creatures. So I think we will just take this, even though it's not great. We could also take this. You know, we'll take this. I think that the Betrayal is probably going to wheel. The Birds of the Wise. Oh, God. What does he do? Whenever one or more counters are put on Berta, add 1 mana of any color. I mean, that sounds like exactly what we want, right? Okay, I mean, at this point, we want removal. We want card draw. I think we have enough to win most matchups as long as we can remove. If we find a splatter technique right now, that would go crazy. A stock up would be massive. Card draw right now, we have Painter. I think we take stock up. Other options, looking at Mockery and the Terramorphic, but for this one, we'll take the stock up. This Diary of Dreams is a big maybe. It does allow us to eventually draw cards for free almost, which would be really good when we get stuck. But I think playing a Teamer base here, splashing some colors because we have a Berta. The Wolf in the Heat might be a little aggressive, so we're going to leave that out as a maybe for now with the Dreams. Procrastinate is fine. I'm not in the mood for a combat trick. Another Painter doesn't really do much for us. I think it might actually just be the land. Wandrick's Charm is fine. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact of their choice. Interesting. I haven't seen that yet. The Quandrix Charm is fine. Other than that, it's the textbook's tabulator. But I think we want to try to respect the mana curve here. And we'll probably play the Quandrix. Again, I think we're going to try our best to be green-blue base. Does another Channeler get us to where we want to go? This is a really good card, but we're just not playing it. Let's take that. I mean, we don't have any removal at the moment. I think we'll take a top-end threat. This is between Terrafractal and Wild Hypothesis. Wild Hypothesis is easier to play, and we get a Surveil. I don't think we need 2 of these Fractal Mascots. I think 1 is fine. Land is fine, but don't really need it. So we will take the guy. Just never playing this card. Playing that card either, right? I mean, we will consider playing Unsettled Mockery, though. Probably not playing Pursue the Past. Probably not playing Wilt in the Heat either. What are we looking for here? Ways to draw cards, stun characters or creatures, or just outright kill everything. I think the splatter technique here is good. It does kill most of our creatures, which is not good. So we have to be careful with it. But it is a Wrath, and Wrath is good in format, so... Other option is Snarl Song. We could hope the Snarl Song wheels. I think you just take Splatter's technique. It might be a little difficult to cast, so we're going to see. It's between Essence Scatter and Flashback. It's Probably just flashback. Do we have... What are our ways right now of dealing with creatures? Pretty much splatter technique and unsettle mockery with procrastinate. So like 3 somewhat removal spells. We could really use more. We don't have a lot of ways of getting counters on creatures, so this guy is not the greatest. We're really hoping for a spell of some sort. Quick study isn't terrible. Not loving the quick study, but we'll take it. The Newt is cool, but I think it's shared roots. So we can fix our mana and play a deck like this. Oh, this colony is going to be really good. I think we want removal. We can take the colony and maybe hope that we get more removal. Having 2 mana creatures is probably going to be better for us. This is already going to be a tough mana base as it is. But I mean, a flying flash trample with increment sounds very fun. Have not played with that card yet. It's between sleight of hand or a land. The land definitely makes it easier and smooths our draws. I think we have plenty of card draw. I really want the sleight of hand, though. Thing is, I don't think we have any way to put any counters on this creature. Like, we can take it, but I don't see any way for us to put counters on it. We'll take the run behind. Banishing. Damn, that's tough. Someone took the Snarl Song. We would have really liked the Snarl Song. None of this is what we want. Probably just not playing the Fractal Tender, right? Oh, it has increment, so maybe. Okay. Not bad. Also not the greatest. We definitely were shy on some of the cards that we really wanted for this deck, which it happens. So let us see what we're working with. We have a Wrath. We have removal. We have mid removal. And then more mid removal. This is like half removal. Okay, I think 5 removal is good. I think we're going to play all of these. Now, when it comes to these creatures, stun counters are good. How often am I triggering this Fractal Tender? I need to play a 4 mana spell after it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ways to trigger Fractal Tender for 1. I think if we get 1, it's worth playing. So what is it? It's probably not you. Let me check creatures. Yeah. It's probably one of these 3 need to go. This is neat because it says any creature with 1/1 counter has trample on it, which will be Berta, Fractal. It'll be Cuboid. It'll be this. But I don't know if it's enough. It's kind of 3 mana. It does scale. I think the quick study can go because we're going to have this essentially quick study on this creature. I do want to play both of these. I do want to play the flashback. Green is 9. Really heavy in blue. Really heavy in blue. Why is the green not existent? 1, 2, 3, 7 blue. Red wise, we have 1, 2, 3, 5 pips, 6 pips. We have the shared routes to grab a land. Plenty of ways to go get land and to smooth out land for our sorceries. And I think most of the red pips are on sorceries except for the resonating loot. So we actually want to be way more of a heavy base in blue-green with blue and green being very strong. I think we want to go maybe one more green just in case we pull a shared roots. We want to be able to play it at a bare minimum. Again, we only really need 1 red for the resonating loot. Other than that, we have other ways to make the mana. Berta, Hydro Channeler, because everything else is sorceries. We need to cut 1 more card though. And I don't know what the cut is going to be. Maybe we cut a creature. I think it's this. Because the Sky Coach is cool. He lets us bring back something. Like we could always flash this guy if he gets targeted. This is a stun counter, but like... Let's cut him for now. Let's see how it goes with this. Oh man, that's tough. So at a minimum, we have a turn 3 play. And we have a splatter technique literally in hand. I think it's fine. We really need to rip a shared roots off the top. Or any of our 2 mana plays that just need a single blue. Or we can just be wicked good at magic. And just rip a blue. Never didn't have it. We're going to hold it up because it has flash. Play it on their turn. We'll just wait till after they wasted their mana. Show them our 3rd color. Start beating down. Alright, so we're going to have splatter technique whenever we want. So, no need for us to get any more on the board. We can kind of just play with what we have. Drawing more lands is not going to get us what we want. Opponent clearly has removal. I mean, I think we are okay with that. The other option too is just to play splatter technique for 4. I think we actually might. Want to get rid of it now before this guy pops off with the Maestro. So as cool as you were, we're going to splatter. We can always get splatter back next turn. We could always flash it back and... Oh no, we can't flash it back and play it. We need another red source to do that. So I do think the opponent was planning on playing a land here and then a 5-mana spell of some sort. So I think throwing a wrench in their plan was the best course of action because that Molten Maestro can really pop off. Finding something here that would be playable would be sweet. Stock Up would be nice. Any of our other creatures we could play. Shared Roots is also totally fine. Perfect. So next turn we can decide if we want to flashback and draw 4 cards. Or if we want to just make some tokens and maybe stall the board out. If they choose to really commit to this board here with a bunch of creatures, like if they have that 1/4 whale, we definitely want to consider leaving the splatter technique. They're also playing Teamer. Getting rid of a homesickness, huh? Getting rid of an Essence Scatter, too. Oh, I'm going to be honest. That feels like a card we need to also just delete. Damn, it costs 5 to do that. I think we actually just hold up and tempo them. It costs 3, right? Yeah, we can't do both. It's so unfortunate. I want to see what they have. I want them to like really commit to this board here before I go and like grab Splatter Technique out of the graveyard and play it again. Let them draw a card first and discard. Please, Brick. They ain't necessarily Brick, so willing to do this. They want to use removal on a token. That's totally fine by me. I think we actually overall win that. Okay, is that an instant? It's a sorcery. I think we actually won that transaction. Oh my god. Do they know that they're about to draw 2 cards and throw them back out? I don't know what our opponent is doing. I think a Surveil land actually here is fine. And then I think we just return their Berta and make them play their Berta again. Oh, man. This is X, right? So they can literally just pay X for it. Getting iffy. Yeah, they can just literally play this out, though, and already do increment, which is going to stink. Yeah, I know now you can't block. We're sweeping anyways, right? So we're actually cool with this. You could draw 3 cards. We still have enough mana to play the thing. Oh no. I really want the loot and I want the stock up. This stinks. You can just do X for whatever right now and just make Berta make a giant fractal. Is it X for how many? Why are you not making the fractal? I mean, what a massive L. Planets for 5, I guess. Wait, we can get life from that? This is looking like an L. I think we played this wrong. Yep. I think they just have the better deck. There's nothing that we have right here that can push through enough damage. So, I think it's just over. GG's. Every game, it feels the same. Just drawing nothing but land. Hopefully this game is better. It is not starting better. The Surveyor finds us land, and the Hydro Channeler allows us to do what? Still can't play anything big next turn, so yeah. I mean, this is crazy. Is it even believable that I've drawn nothing but land this entire game? Like, what are you supposed to do? When you draw nothing but land, like, what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to win the game? You just don't. You just don't win the game. So, it's fine. We're going to try and go wide on them. We can play Fractal Tender. Next turn, it's probably going to bait some removal, if I had to guess. And they spent it on that creature instead. I think we're actually more than okay with. They would need Unsubtle Mockery here. Or... Yep, that's fine. Say it's a really weird attack. Thinking about something, all right. She got. I think that's fine. I think we do this. It does make the if we play this, it forces them actually to use their Tome Blast on our Cuboid colony, and they wouldn't be able to play the same creature again. We care if this guy dies. Let's wait. Do we wait? Yes. It's each end step, so yes, we will wait. We want them to spend some mana here, so they don't have the mana to play Tome Blast. So you want to out-level their removal for our flyer. And of course, they didn't. It is sorcery speed, though, right? We need instant speed removal to react with this. What do you got? Someone tells me they have the Johnny card. Pass to attackers. We know what one of their draws, what their draw in the next turn is going to be. At a bare minimum. I do think the Cuboid colony is about to bait removal out. I still can't play the technique, though, which really stinks. I would need to play one more of these Hydro Channelers, which wouldn't allow me to play this guy. And I think we need to start swinging in and doing damage. So no lifelink for you. I just realized we needed another mountain in order to play that card. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, willing to trade. Get rid of the mascot. We did sequence this very poorly, but I do think they're on the back foot, and their ability to play spells right now is very limited. Our best draw right now is that 6 mana spell that draws us 2 cards and discards 2 cards and gives us 5 mana, because it would proc the Fractal Tender, and it would also let us play Splatter Technique. Opponent scoops it up. Interesting. I don't know if I would have scooped right there. I mean, they must have just had land and that owl in their hand. Oh, we'll just keep. Shared Roots in hand. Well, they're going to Rampant Growth, so. But we're going to do the same. Essentially. But without a creature on the board. Alright, cool. There's one of our mana we need. We have all the manas that we need. Opponent is still ramping. Abzan, huh? Another multicolored deck here. Mr. Magic Words, man. Magic Words, man. What you got? Playing the Sky Coach Conductor here on curve is not what we wanted to see. And the opponent doesn't really have a threat that we want to take out at the moment. If we draw another land, though, we could be in trouble. But I do think we will just play out the Sky Coach. It'll probably draw some removal. I mean, we're so good at Magic. All we draw is lands, boys. My God. Why have anything else in your deck when you can just draw land? Yeah, we're okay with blocking it. They probably have a trick of some sort. Yep. We are getting a run over this game. Have to try and play the Fractal Tender. I think we just have to, like, take the damage. Right? I mean, let's get rid of one of their creatures. Might have been the wrong creature, but we very much want to level up our creature. Two, three. Probably the one that does more damage. I know this one can't be blocked, but we can afford to take 2 more. Just need to stabilize the board. That's all we need to do. Getting back the bear for rampant growth is very strange. Seems kind of desperate. It would be very nice if we had drawn something useful this turn. We have to hold up Unsettled Mockery for something that's more damaging. Seems like the right time to use it. We do have to start chipping away at their health. They want to do that. We're totally okay with it. Stock Up's going to trigger Berta, which will make a mana. Red. A red and a banishing. This is why I don't understand why my opponent didn't do it when he had Bird of the other game, is why didn't they just, like... Exile any sorcery. You can do that. Return this. Okay. Makes sense. It does stink losing one here. And we're going to have to be okay with it again. That's enough blockers, right? One, two, 6. I can do it for 6. Yep. I know. Do your thing. They're about to get their Shopkeeper's Bane back online in 2 turns. We might want to fire off this Banishing Betrayal if they attack us again with Postmortem. Our opponent is trying to see if they have any way of killing us this turn. I think the answer for them is no. We actually might want to just wait and see if they attack and take 1 more damage. Because I think we can actually make it lethal next turn. Interesting choice of creatures to exile. So they think they can win this turn. Yeah, we'll let it happen. think they're about to be mistaken. We'll allow them to swing. Doing with one is crazy. No past the blockers. I'm gonna do it like that, actually. We'll do it for 7. We actually had 8 we could have done. Whoops. So they're about to have their creature back online, right? But we could just swing with these big guys. Leave 2 back. And you need to get to 2 points of damage, right? So as long as they... Maybe what we do is we crack their post-mortem professor. Oh, they just give up. Nice. We outvalued their deck. Woo! Oh, I was wrong. The game is going to make sure that we don't ever go first. The hand is fine. It really isn't great. We really need to slow them down. We have procrastinate. But a Surveil and a start isn't bad. We have a turn 3, a mill. The Newt's a little annoying. And all of a sudden our hand got better. We have a cuboid colony now on their turn. What are you going to play? Attacking for 1 with a Newt doesn't seem like a really good move. Hop to it, huh? Gonna be honest, it's very interesting. Just gonna assume that they have some nonsense and are able to like get rid of our creature, so we're just gonna not even bother and just swing on through. We could play Berta next turn. Berta would go massive. I think we actually do just slam Berta. I do think we're poised to race. Please don't kill my Berta. You already killed my other thing. I can't lose to removal. Surely I won't lose to removal. as we lose to removal. What you got? Oof. I'll be honest, that was tough right there for you to do that. It's a creature, right? It is. Enjoy that land back in your hand. I do think that we needed to play that beforehand. All right. We are legitimately 1 spell away from winning the game. I think that's going to do it. I think that they flew too close to the sun and thought they could get away with it. I think we can just... Yeah, good game. This hand has our colors in it, which means that we could keep it. I'm just really considering if it's worth keeping. I don't think that it is. It might be. We could tempo them and surveil. You know what? We have the colors. We're gonna have to at least wait till turn 2 to play that. Let's see what they do. Having a double striker here. I think being able to look at our deck is going to go a long way. So we're not in any way playing Rapturous Moment anytime soon. But we might in the future. So I think we might actually keep this. No. No, we just don't keep it. As much as I want to keep it, we just don't. We have flashback here. So in the event that we ever do want to play it, we can. Double strike. No, we'll just take 2. I think we ran into an aggro Silver Curl deck. Let's put that back on top of your deck, buddy. Berta is really nice here, but Berta probably gets killed. But if Berta doesn't get killed, but Banana Bread at work did, I mean, we just have to hope they don't have any removal. Come on, don't have removal. Give us 1 turn, no removal. Come on now. They probably are going to do the double strike thing, though. But I think we're more than okay with trading away our fractal. They're probably thinking about the best way to split up the damage here. Taking 2. No. This could be that card that gives them this one right here that gives them 2 counters. Hell no. Hell no, we're not doing that. All right, so we play Paradox. And we get a mana. Right? Yeah. Paradox. Gives us a mana. Blue. I really want to play a Surveil Land, but we're not going to. Because we're going to make a mana. Blue. Then we could do this right now. Okay. So that's what they had, was a last gasp. So they had removal, but it wasn't removal good enough to deal with Berta. Okay. It's gonna have to be fine with us. The loot here is about to go crazy. Make a blue. Attacks. It's about to go nuts. I think we might have held off another aggro deck somehow. Come on now. I think we're about to absolutely go nuts. We're allowed to untap this next turn. We're going to do some nutty things. Because we're going to be allowed to flash back our choice moment or this wild hypothesis. Yep. Yep. Is there any card that can give him trample? I don't think that there is. What am I nervous about here? If they decide that they want to have the Johnny's whatever it is. Don't think it's worth risking it if they do have the Johnny's response. Granted, I think if they did have it, they would have already used it and attacked. So I think we will just do this. Yeah, because if they literally did have it, they would have already done it earlier. Go get some cards. Let's grab some cards. Ripping a splatter technique right now would be massive. Do we have any spells that care about any other mana types? I don't think so. Oh my god. We ripped a splatter technique. Oof. So we could play the splatter technique and kill them. And then play the painter afterwards and draw a bunch of mana. I think that's a good play. I don't really had to think about that one. We're about to learn today. Oh, I hate that it made a swamp. I'm not playing either of these anyway, so it's totally fine. I think at this point we're okay to attack. We have to start moving their life total down. They're pretty much top decking, so we must force them. Oh, it was the charm. So yeah, they were trying to bait us into blocking with the Berta again. That's a good sign for us. It's a very good sign for us. Do we have a surveil land? We do now. Okay. Fine by us. Just gonna get rid of that. Then on our upkeep, we're going to surveil. Gonna leave us with plenty of mana to play a spell. Okay. What are we looking for? Our Emeritus. Our Emeritus would close this game out. It's fine by me. I actually could have returned that to my hand, and I probably should have. How many lands have we thrown in the graveyard at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we have more better draws than not. So I think we will just not surveil this time. And we get rewarded. There's our Emeritus. There's our Procrastinate. It's fine. We can play Emeritus here. We're going to close this game out. That's fine, right? We don't care. What are you going to do? Make a 1/1? Quite scary, huh? All right, they say no more. Let's go! We'll keep. Mostly because, like, you can just essentially make it so your opponents don't get to play the game with you. I think we always want to grab the red here. That way we unlock the double red spells that we have in our deck. I mean, getting the Emeritus is crazy already, right? And we'll Paradox. We don't care if it gets a reach. We gotta put one of these in our hand, right? I think we just want the Hypothesis. Unfortunately, missing out on the Splatter technique. So it's gonna be on the bottom of the deck now. That is super unfortunate. What do we do about that? Having a... I mean, clearly it's a bait, right? Like, I know they have that 1 mana play, so we're just not going to bother. No need. We're gonna get busy setting up here first. Making some fractals. No blocks. They clearly have that 1 mana, whatever it is. So we're just not gonna bite. There's no need. Gotta spend at least 4 mana here. Probably want to get some damage in. Let's just give them the business on their Vigilance creature. Let's start swinging. And if we draw a land next turn, we're going to be cooking. I mean, my guy, you've been holding on to this one mana play, double strike, whatever it is. First strike, 2/2 for 3 turns now. Just play it. Okay. It's fine. You wanted to keep this creature alive. It's not the land that we wanted. But we will take it. Yeah, we're just gonna make a fractal. Make 2 fractals actually. The Sky Coach will go huge here, but we want this land first. Do we have the mana to play the Ancestral Recall? We do. So yes, let's take that. This is first strike, right? Do we want to try to push damage through? I think we do. It's probably the last fractal that we're going to make. That's good for us. It means that they're not playing any spells out of their hand. Now the question is, do we have lethal? I think I'm going to want to go into my graveyard and grab a Procrastinate. I have 7 mana, right? I could go in right now and go grab a Procrastinate and stun their big boy and deal a bunch of damage and make a fractal. I actually think we can force lethal. Well, if he's stunned, I swing with 6 here. If I swing with everybody, they have to block, right? They have to block at least this guy. Which means they lose 1. And then they have to also block the other 3. So they'll lose 2 creatures. And then they only have 1 creature to swing with. Yeah. I believe that is essentially almost lethal. Otherwise, they literally have to block. And they have to block the big guy at a minimum. And then they actually have to block. They have to block 2 of my creatures here at a minimum. And they don't. GG's. Let's go. All right, this deck actually pretty sweet. Ranked up 2, sitting platinum 3, feeling pretty good about ourselves right now. Yeah, I mean that's just gonna be it for the video right there, guys. I mean 5-1 is good enough for me. Deck was really good. We gotta play the loot once. The loot was really good for us that one time we gotta play it. We only played Emeritus 1 time, but it was fine. Fractal Tender and Berta were champions. Spider Technique obviously kept us in the game quite a few times. But I mean, other than that, it's just card draw and then just green, blue, counter, big time beatdowns. Like this Fractal Tender, I might have to start drafting this green-blue deck more often if it's going to be like this, where you just... I mean, if we didn't have the shared roots, though, I don't know if we're winning a lot of these games. Being able to smooth our draws a little bit and grab the mana that we need was extremely useful. But yeah, 5-1, not bad. Winning some gems back and some packs. But that's going to be it until next time. Probably do a standard video. I'm going to rock a Witherbloom deck, I believe. So stay tuned. Peace.